Is today's big interview. Coach, congratulations. It's really a great story. I mean, you went from barely making the Big Ten tourney to winning it. Explain how that happened. Like, what came together here for your team over the last week?
Yeah, I think I can speak for everybody in the Big Ten to say how challenging it is in our conference right now with women's soccer. So just getting into the Big Ten tournament is quite a feat. For us right now, we are just kind of elated with how the last couple of weeks went. We get in at 8th. We get ourselves an opportunity to go back and play Michigan State, which didn't feel real good about our game that we played. We were able to play them the last game of the season. Didn't feel real good about how we played against them. They're a very good team, but we come with a bit different mindset, a little bit better mentality to talk to them a little bit about trying to be the best fighter in the alley. And to make sure that you had the best mentality. And I thought we played really well. And, it started off, Dave, that we needed to get more wins to get into the NCAA tournament. And then quickly turned into why not us and why not winning a Big Ten tournament championship.
Well, you did just that. And so you did get into the NCAA product as or NCAA tournament, obviously, as a byproduct of that. Although I think by the time you got to the Big Ten championship, as evidenced by the seed you ended up getting, you probably would have made it either way. But you've done such a good job at Iowa. This is a program that had been to the NCAA tournament just once before you arrived. Now you've made it 3 times in the last 5 seasons. How have you gotten Iowa to this point where you can have a run like you had last week and you can be consistently in that bracket come selection day?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Dave. I think for us, it's all about the process. In recruiting the right people that want to get better, that want to be better students, want to be better people, and being better soccer players. We preach often about investing every day in the process, and then if you do that, you honestly do that, and you compete to being the best you can, and help your teammates doing that. You're going to be there in the end where you want to be, and that's the NCAA tournament, the Big Ten tournament, and hopefully hosting trophies. So, we talk a lot about empowering one another, and if you're coming to Iowa, you're coming to get better. I think we have a lot of our coaches in our athletic department: Lisa Bluter, Kirk Ferentz, Fran McCafferty, that Tom Brands, that their players. Their athletes get better in the 4 or 5 years that they're here. We preach development, and not everyone wants to do that, but we're certainly all in on that, and try not to waste a day getting better as Hawkeyes.
You talked about hoisting trophies, and you did a lot of that at your last stop. You were at Grand Valley State, and you won just an astronomical percentage of your games. I mean, 90%. You were a perennial national championship contender. What's been the difference here? I mean, obviously no one's going to win at that level at Division I. It just isn't done. But what's been the difference in terms of the challenge of making the move to, as you say, just an incredibly competitive league in the Big Ten?
Yeah, I think the first thing I made the move not because I was unhappy at Grand Valley State. What an unbelievable institution, and they're continuing to rock and roll there in all sports. But made the change because I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to see if I could coach against the best in the country. I was able to do it at a sustainable clip. And, I think we started off early in 2014, making the Big Ten championship. And then, dropped off a little bit. We had to build it right. And so probably the biggest thing, Dave, is everybody's pretty good. All the coaches are very well educated. They're all very good tactically. They motivate their players. Every single Big Ten opponent that we play are filled with talent. And so you don't get a day off. And that certainly happened in the last 2-3 years, 4 years in the Big Ten Conference, is that you don't get a day off. And the margin for victory and for error is very small. And so what it has done is made me better, and also made sure that I surround our players with coaches that believe in the same philosophy that I do, that believe in development, believe in the process, and are good mentors and relationship builders. So But yeah, certainly it's the margin for error is very small here.
Yeah, help people understand how good this league is. So as we mentioned, it's an 8-team Big Ten tournament. 9 Big Ten teams made the NCAA tournament. So Michigan made the NCAA tournament without playing in the Big Ten tournament. So I don't think people maybe understand how good this league is, but give them a sense of the depth of what you're dealing with game in and game out.
I mean, everyone's going to say this, but we believe it's the best conference in the country. We believe it top to bottom. It's the best conference in the country. It's the deepest. Michigan gets in at the 9th seed, and you have Northwestern and Minnesota that were just outside as well. So I think, and it's only going to get harder with UCLA, USC, Washington, and Oregon. So I think for us, and that's only happened one other time, where I think Ohio State 5-6 years ago made the NCAA tournament, but didn't make the Big Ten tournament. But if you can get in the top 8, you're in the conversation to make the NCAA tournament. So I think for us, we did a great job in our non-conference schedule, and I'm talking the Big Ten conference, where we had good results across the country. The SEC, the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big Six. So we had good results that allowed us as a conference to have the second highest RPI amongst all conferences in the country. So feel pretty proud about making the Big Ten tournament, but certainly the ultimate goal is to get the NCAA tournament.
And now College Soccer News has you ranked 14th in the country. It's the highest that you've ever been. You beat 3 straight ranked teams to get to this point. So all of a sudden you're on this lofty perch. I mean, you went from somewhat of a precarious situation to feeling about as good as you felt in this program in your 10 years there. What's been your message to your team as kind of all the accolades have come in here this week?
Yeah, block out the distractions for sure. I understand that pressure is a privilege, in that everything that they put in to get to this point is from their investment, and that they need to reinvest. That this is not the end of the process. This is not the Big Ten championship cannot be our swan song and what we're remembered for this year. And again, I say making sure that they have a short memory. We spoke a lot about celebrating the Big Ten championship, and then 48 hours, it's over. And we need to turn our attention to a very good Bucknell team who knows how to win. They've made the tournament 3 years in a row, and they're littered with talent and blue collar players. So I think it would be a disservice to our season and to the philosophy of what we believe in, impacting each other by investing in the process, for us to think that we're done and we've made it. So we've spoke a lot about reinvesting in the process and having a short memory as to what happened last weekend.
As you said, you get Bucknell tomorrow night, and this is a first for your program. I mentioned you've been to the NCAA tournament 4 times, but this will be the first time that Iowa's hosted an NCAA tournament game. So I leave you with this. Like, what does that mean? What are you hoping to see tomorrow night in Iowa City?
Well, I mean, first of all, playing in front of our Hawkeye fans is an incredible feeling. I was just telling our team this morning after practice, and I didn't have a deep appreciation for this until I got to the University of Iowa. But what support and passionate fans, but also within the athletic department, text messages. Women's golf came up before practice and brought us a sign and wished us luck. And playing in front of them, they're so proud of what we've done, and we take great pride in playing for them, playing for the Tiger Hawk. So when you are able to break milestones, which this is one, we have a high enough seed that we're able to host a game. We have a lot of people out there making our already nice field look very good, because we're going to have a big crowd, and we're going to have a great match, and we're going to put on a good show. Both Bucknell and Iowa will do that tomorrow night.
Dave Dilanni, congratulations on getting to this point. Really looking forward to seeing what the NCAA tournament holds for the Hawks, and really great to visit with you. Thanks a lot for taking the time.
Thanks a lot for having me on, Dave. I appreciate it. Go Hawks.